Good afternoon, everyone. I thought I would talk about today on something I came across when I was journaling this morning about how everything in my life I created. But the neat thing about what I created, even though there was some trauma, there was some anxiety, there were some things that I learned from it. And it taught me a lot about resilience. It taught me a lot about different paths I want to go down in my life and an understanding of what people are trying to tell you, even though they're doing it maybe in a poor way or a positive way, there is a lesson behind it. And what I'm learning is to not just let my mind listen, I'm trying to let my whole body listen. So therefore it resonates with me because my mind can be overactive at times. And I'm sure a lot of you have overactive minds. And I've just learned that everything that I've experienced in life was either trying to teach me a new skill, like working in the oil and gas sector. It was trying to teach me responsibility. It was trying to teach me how to become handy. The railway was teaching me about investing and learning how like switching paths can be beneficial, but also detrimental on how you face these paths. But I'm also learning that when things happen to me, whether it be good or bad, they're leading me to something better or they're leading me to something bad. But eventually, when something leads me to something bad, there will be something better. And I got myself caught in that mindset where the universe is hates me, the universe is making me suffer, the universe. I was blaming the universe. I wasn't taking responsibility for myself. I was blaming everyone else but myself. And that's what I notice a lot of us do is we blame other people for our mistakes when truly we are the ones that should be accountable. And it took me a long time to realize that. So I guess the message today is be accountable. Be accountable for what you do. You know you're doing the wrong thing, whether it be having an unfaithful relationship with a woman who's married, whether it be cheating on your spouse, or whether it be being belligerent to someone or angry with a person for not agreeing with your opinion or your philosophy. Because we all have different opinions, we all have different philosophies. But who's getting mad is you. And you got to ask yourself is why is this bothering me? Because you're not assuming accountability. You're not taking ownership of your faults. And I learned that too is when you have a relationship, there's two sides. You have to have communication and you have to have accountability. And me for self, I have a big issue with accountability, and that's what I'm learning to get a grasp of and understand that when I get into an argument with my fiance, whether it be small, whether it be like large, because we all argue, nobody's perfect. No perfect family. There's no perfect wife and husband. Everyone has arguments. It's normal. You have opinions, you have differences. What I'm learning is to ask myself is why are we having this argument? What point of this is serving the argument? What are we learning from this? Nothing. We're not assuming accountability for each other's actions. Instead, we're going to be stubborn and not talk about the situation until we're calm. But you can catch yourself right when it's happening. And it was neat because I had a fellow on my show the other day who was talking about he works in a library, and he's a librarian. And he was talking about a customer who came in. This customer was really angry. And what he did is he closed his eyes and he took a breath and he let all those negative thoughts that were clouding his mind vanish. And then he said, okay, now let's have a conversation. And the person was floored because he couldn't believe that just happened. Because most of the time when people are reactive, they don't mean to do it intentionally, but because they're being reactive with us, then we get into their energy state, then we get into their conscious state. But when we don't react, then they get more angry. And the reason they are is because they're expecting a reaction. But when you don't react and then you actually kind of de escalate something from basically causing an argument, you can tame the person's anger and energy and you can like kind of get them on your level because you're not going to that level of consciousness. You're staying calm and balanced. You're balanced with each, and then you balance the other person out. And that's the thing that we don't realize is when we're in situations where we're being like I'd say verbally attacked, or someone's angry with you, or they're being like sad around you, or some form of emotion. The neat thing is when you close your eyes and you just think about why you're reacting to it, you don't react to it anymore. It's almost as though it kind of zens you, it calms you, it brings you to a sense of peace. And then you understand how you can help with this person's dealing with. Because you're not at their state, you're not at their level. You're at your own level, you're at your own state of consciousness. And then when you talk to them, you're a much calm, collected, and your words won't be so quickly, they won't be loud, they'll be slow and peaceful. And it's amazing that we just, when you like get out aside, and I had another interesting interview with a fella who talks about mindful living and just being mindful. Like he was explaining when he was drinking a cup of coffee. He's like, you drink it for the taste and everything, but there's more to it. He explained it as like there's smell, there's senses, how the cup feels in your hand, like just going full detail, expressing it, kind of bringing, it was like he was painting a picture, but he wasn't painting a picture. He was mindfully expressing himself. And I thought that was very amazing. And he built a business around it. Like it's amazing what your mind is capable of. So my thought to you today is just be mindful of your thoughts. And when you're in those states of emotion, just try the closing your eyes and try taking those breaths, and then open your eyes and facing that person, and you'll see that person will calm down eventually. And then you and that person can have a conversation. And assume accountability when you're in the wrong, and don't be stubborn, because being stubborn can get you into messy situations. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If you're in Alberta, try not to blow away. But I wish you all the best, and much love to you all. Take care, everyone.